Good night, Shabbos, everyone. Shabbos, Parshas Pinchas, first Shabbos of the 3 weeks. We have to wonder, there are many, many levels you can answer this question, but you have to wonder what the connection is between this week's Parsha and 3 weeks. It's almost always the first Shabbos of the 3 weeks of mourning between Shavuos of Tammuz and the 10th of Av and the 9th of Av. You have to wonder why this Parsha is specifically here. You also have to wonder what we're getting from this Parsha, because we know that the whole concept of what Pinchas did when he killed Zimri and Cosby was something that's called a halacha ve'emun. It's a halacha, but you can't paskin that way, which means that if you remember that that's what the halacha is, then you go ahead and you do it. But you can't ask a shaila. If you ask a shaila, you're not really a kanoi, you're not really a zealot. And if you have enough presence of mind to be able to ask a question, should this is something I do, not do? So then clearly you don't fall into the category of being a zealot. And therefore there's nothing, we can't repeat what Pinchas did. We can't do that also. We can't also say, well, Pinchas did it, so I could do it also. I could be a vigilante. I could be a zealot. So then what's it here for? What's it teaching me? Just as you know, historically, Pinchas was a good guy. You can tell me Pinchas was a good guy, but what am I getting from it? What am I learning from this? This is incredible Gemara. The Gemara says, Rabbi Jeff, Rabbi Simoy. There were three that were in the council with Pharaoh. When Pharaoh decided that he wanted to destroy the Jewish people and he wanted to deal with them wisely, the final solution in Egypt. So the three were a fellow by the name of Bilam, who really is this week's Parasha is all about, in the sense that Bilam was the one that caused all of the problems with the Jewish people, and the reason why they did what they did and ended up with the plague that they ended up with because of his curses, and which turned into blessings, but he was really trying to curse them and destroy them. So he came up with an idea of how to bring them down. So Bilam, Eov, Job, and Yisro and Jethro, those are the three advisors to Pharaoh. Bilam Sheyadz, Bilam that gave counsel and advice of exactly how to destroy the Jewish people. Ne'arak, he himself became killed by the Jewish people in a battle against them. Eov Sheshasak, Nidom B'Yisurim. Job, who was quiet, he was judged with Yisurim, with suffering. Yisro, Shebarach, Yisro that ran away, Zochim ibn Banov, Yeshu Belishkas Hagasis. But he said, not a chance am I going to be involved in this. I'm not going to go down on the Jewish people. Jewish people are amazing people. So he ran away, and he was to have grandchildren that were sitting in the chamber of hewn stone, meaning that were part of the Sanhedrin, the leadership of the Jewish people. We have to wonder why Job suffered. He was quiet, but he didn't say anything. He didn't go against the Jews. He didn't do anything. He didn't join with Pharaoh. He just sat there quietly. What's the problem? Because it's midah keneged midah, measure for measure. Because he sat by idly. You can't, when you see something going on that's wrong in the world, you can't just sit by and be quiet. You have to do something. You have to say something. You have to have some kind of reaction. At the very least, you have to feel something inside. You should have kvetched Eov. And by the fact that you didn't kvetch, by the fact that you didn't complain, by the fact that you didn't have a krechts, you didn't have a feeling inside of you. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, let's say to you, you'll feel what it is like to suffer and to lose things and to kvetch and to krechts. Because if you're silent and you're quiet, that's the worst thing you could be. And that's exactly what Pinchas did. Pinchas saw something that was an abomination. He saw something that was a perversion. He got up and he protested and he said right away, this can't happen. Now, I can't do that. I can't get up and act on it. But I could feel that way. I could watch injustices. I could watch craziness. I could watch things that are wrong, that are going on. And say something, protest, open my mouth. But we live in a dead generation. We live in a generation that's afraid to feel. Feeling doesn't have to be a protest on a corner. Feeling doesn't have to be a burnt garbage can. Feeling has to be a krachts. It has to be a feeling inside. There's something broken here. This is bringing me down. This is sad. When I see what's happening to Jews, when I see what they are, it's not cute. It's not funny. It's terrible. It's the worst thing. I can't do anything about it. I can't throw stones. I can't be a Pinchas. I can't pick up a sword and stop people from doing insanity. But I can make sure that I'm alive and I feel that the world is insane. That's what we learn from Pinchas. We learn how not to be dead. We learn how to feel alive, how to be open and aware, how to be sensitive to what's going on around us. Halacha l'maisa, practical law, I can't do it, but I can feel it. And that's the reason why it's here. The beginning of the 3 weeks. It's grabbing us by the lapels and it's shaking us and saying to us, feel something. As the years go on, as we get stuck in our gullus, as we get more and more in our darkness, more and more stuck in the places that we live, in Lakewood, in Flatbush, in La Jolla, the more we get stuck with the world that the way it is and accepting it, even here in Eretz Yisrael, that this is just our reality, comes along Parshas Pinchas and says, learn from Pinchas. Oh, don't pick up that sword. That's not what I want you to learn. Be alive. Be awake. Be aware. Be sensitive. Feel something. Wake up at the beginning of the 3 weeks. And then you'll be Zeiche v'raya es simchasa. You will only see the joy and the happiness in the end of the Geula Shlema, of meriting to see complete redemption. We should have a beautiful, awakened, and aware, and sensitive and feeling Shabbos. And that should carry us through the 3 weeks. To have not a day of sadness, but to be zach at the end to a day of joy and holiday, of joy and rejoicing, as we celebrate the Geula Shlema. Amen.